Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how you can build up a games collection. I'm going to show you how to do it fast. I'm going to show you how to do it cheap. And it is so easy and so accessible, anybody can do it. Let's go! So what is this way to build up your games collection so quickly? What is this way to build it up cheaply? How does it work for any system? It is so simple. Prepare for your mind to blow. One word. Bundles. The 14 games that I purchased, and it cost me £19.99 with free postage. That's right. 14 games for £19.99 and free postage off of eBay. That works out at 70 pence a game. But it gets better. You see, once you've bought one or two bundles, you're going to be very conscious that you want a certain type of game, and you of course don't want to double up as well. I like to keep lists of games I want, like a lot of people do. And for me, I try and focus on one or two games, a bit more expensive ideally, and I look for them. So I bought that bundle of 14 games for two of them. I bought them for this, and I bought them for this. Now I did a quick search on eBay just looking at individual games before I started recording this, and Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, the cheapest buy it now for a copy in box, £5 plus free postage. But it didn't have a manual. And here's the real kicker. The cheapest copy of Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings, £15 for a disc only, in the case 20. So, two games there, £25 on their own. I paid 20 quid for them both. That means that these 12 games were better than free. And don't just think I dropped lucky and there's no other bundles out there that are worth buying. Here's an example of one which I actually just missed out on because unfortunately I was trying to leave it till the last minute to try and get the best price, and where I was I didn't have any signal. But look at what this went for. So here we go, we've got a bundle here of 4 games, but the reason I really wanted this is this X-Files game goes for £15 on eBay, £18 in CEX, SSX Tricky, that's 8 quid in CEX, and the other two I would have sold or traded. So you can see the power of bundle buying. You can get a nice selection of games, you can get some really good games which individually are expensive for less, or more or less the same price, with lots of free games, just like these ones. And that's how you build your console collection up nice and quickly. You can do this on handhelds, Game Boy, DS, PSP, the Vita, although obviously you are playing with larger numbers because the games are more expensive, but still it's more cost effective than buying them singly. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox, all systems. It works an absolute treat. But I'm sure you're thinking, well, every bundle I get, I'm not going to like every game. And you're right. But that's where, if we use our brains, we can actually make this work for us even more. So, just for example, I left on the top of the pile these 3 games. You've got Terminator, Desert Storm and The Great Escape, all on the PlayStation 2, part of the previous bundle. They're all actually quite good games, but I already own them, they're already duplicates. There's no point me taking up space with having 2 copies of the same game. So what do I do with them? I make them work and turn into more. So my first step is to open the CEX app, So here we are on my phone. I'm just going to click on the CEX app, brings it up here, click on Start New Search. Now you can type in the name of your game, but I'm just going to click Scan Barcodes with your camera, which should open up the camera nicely for me. This doesn't work on every single one, that's where you type it in. And here I am, just scrolling down, there's the barcode, and look how quick that was. So you've got the Great Escape for the PlayStation 2, which is what I've got. They sell it for £2, 30 pence cash, 60 pence trade-in vouchers. Once I've established that value, if it's 50 pence or more, generally I put the games on the CEX pile. Now you will get, especially with the older systems or systems which there was a lot sold for, like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox Original, Xbox 360, where the trade-in value, the voucher value, is less than 50 pence. I've even had some come up and say they're only worth 1 penny because they sell them for 50p in the store. You can take them there if you just want to get rid of them, but that isn't making them work for you. What I suggest you do, put them in a pile, because you're going to keep buying more bundles. Every time you buy a bundle, if you get 1 or 2 duds which aren't worth trading into CEX and either you don't want them or they're not worth trading in, add them to this pile. Just put it in a corner, in the garage, in the shed, in the loft, just somewhere out of the way to forget about it. And once you reach a dozen or more games, list your own bundle. Put it on eBay. Take into account the postage costs, of course, because you don't want to lose money. Even if you just whack them on for a tenner with free postage and see what the bids happen, if you get one bid at a tenner, postage is going to be less than a fiver, but call it a fiver for easy maths, you've made £5. That's £5 out of something that CEX doesn't want to give you more than 1 pence for, and that you don't want at all. And what can you do with that fiver? Buy more games! And here's just one other thing that I'm going to mention to you, which hopefully will encourage you to get on your iPad, your smartphone, whatever, and just start viewing bundles. Yes, there are people out there like I'm advising you to be, who are selling off surplus that they don't want, and that might give you a bit of a mixture of games. They're the ones to look for your individual games, like Indiana Jones, that I mentioned to you earlier, like the X-Files, which I still haven't got over the fact I lost out on because I've been trying to track that game for a year. But the majority of people, they're just selling off a system they don't want anymore. It might be because they've got something newer, maybe they're moving home and they haven't used it for a long time, whatever. And a lot of us tend to stick to the same genre of games. So I particularly like shooters, they're my favourite. I like survival horrors, but with shooting elements, of course. I like first person, third person, Tomb Raider, of course, that's sort of a shooter. You get the general idea. So if I was going to sell off my game collection and I was going to do it as cheap bundles, if you like the same games I do, it's Christmas. And that's where you'll look for it as well. Just find a bundle of games that at least half of them appeal to you on, if not more, and buy them. Before you know it, you'll have over 100 games very easily. You will have spent nowhere near what you would have thought you would, and you'll have a pile of games for CEX to turn into those one-off individual games which maybe you can't find in a bundle, or you'll have a pile to list on eBay for cash. And cash, you can do what you want with that. So that is my tip for you today. If you want to build up a decent library, or you just want to have a little bit of choice for your new toy, buy the bundles. You can look on eBay, like I keep referencing. Facebook Market is another fantastic resource. I actually had some good finds off Facebook Market recently, and that's coming up in another video. You can look on Gumtree, if I haven't already mentioned it. They're the 3 websites I use. There's probably plenty more. Facebook is growing and growing, actually, as a resource, which I use even more. I've even joined some of my local buying and selling groups, and that way you get notifications and it helps you beat others to the punch. It's brilliant. So get out there, get yourself a collection, leave me a message in the comments telling me exactly how much money you've saved, how much fun you are having, because believe me, video game collecting is addictive, but in the very best way possible. And use my tips, Fox cleverly, get collecting. I really hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've got just a little bit of information. If you've got some other tips or other ways that you have collected and you have amassed your game collection, please leave messages in the comments. I'm doing this out there, well actually I'm just doing this for fun because I don't expect anybody to view it really. But I've got that hope, I've always got that little light that somebody will one day watch one of my videos and leave me something in the comments to share their knowledge with me as I'm trying to do with you, and we can all just be better at what we do, we can get more enjoyment out of it. YouTube is as much a social app these days as it is for entertainment, so let's use it. Let's build a little social community of gamers out there who want everything and don't want to pay a penny for it, because that's basically my approach. I want this, but I'm tight. But there's always a workaround. If you want to know about some more workarounds, some more hints, some more tips, watch this space. I've got loads of videos coming soon. Honestly, my head is full of ideas. It's getting them onto the camera and onto YouTube as fast as I can. I'll see you soon.